With just 2 shows left until the grand final, every question counts for our remaining contenders. Last week, the pressure was on for Stephanie to be the first woman to make it to Winners' Row.
The storm is brewing. It's going to be electric.
And our lightning-fast lady finally showed us what she was made of.
That was quick. William.
Strawberry Fields in New York is a memorial to which?
John Lennon.
Correct.
So we know what's at stake here. If there's a queue behind people and places, Steph goes through to the final. Is that queue behind people and places?
Stephanie was ecstatic, whilst Martin left empty-handed. Will she remain the only woman in the grand final, or will either of our 2 new contenders join her?
The winner at the end of the day is going to be a woman.
I'm going to give it my very best shot.
This is no ordinary game. This is the People's Quiz 2007.
Very much. Welcome to the People's Quiz 2007. Now, over the past 5 months, we've seen thousands of players and fired thousands of questions. We've picked some of the finest minds in the country, but we're only after one result. We want to find the winner of the nation's biggest ever quiz tournament. In return, they'll take home a mind-blowing £200,700. Now, last week, 8 players failed to make it through, but they're back, together with 2 new contenders appearing for the first time. Tonight's winner will go forward to the grand final on the 23rd of June, where they will compete for the glory of being champion and the opportunity to roll around in cash, laughing hysterically, shouting, "Mine, all mine!" But tonight's loser, well, they won't have much to smile about, because they will leave the tournament and they'll be out for good. Let's meet tonight's 10. Marketing officer from Belfast, Kate Conway. Veterinary student David Craig from Troon. 35-year-old Julia Hobbs from Reading. 51-year-old Mark Kerr from Merseyside. Full-time mum Hayley Walters from Caerphilly. Anto McCann, a civil servant from Belfast. Carol Eastick, a personal assistant from Eastbourne. From Houghton Regis, Bedfordshire, 38-year-old David Enright. 52-year-old Diane Hannigan from Leeds. And finally, from Northern Ireland, 61-year-old Judith Searle. There are 10. Now, to get through, our contenders have to face 3 people with tough questions and opinions to match. Will you please welcome our quiz gods? Quiz show legend, William G. Stewart. First Lady of Current Affairs, journalist and broadcaster, Kate Garraway. And Queen of Popular Culture and classically trained musician, Mylene Klaas. At this stage, then, the competition really is wide open. Anything can happen, but one thing for sure, only the strong will survive. We're starting with all 10 of you, but only 4 of you will make it through to the next round. Here's how it works. There'll be 2 minutes of quick-fire questions. You all will start in the green zone. Get a question right, you stay in the green and choose who faces the next question. But get a question wrong, you're in the red, you're out of the game, and play passes to the contender on your left. If you want to get through, you must get your questions correct. We've got 2 Daves playing tonight, so to avoid any confusion, I'd like you to use their surnames, Enright and Craig. Mylene.
The computer has randomly selected Mark to start. You have 2 minutes on the clock. William will ask you your first question. Your time starts now.
Which letter did the UK pop band Liberty add to their name after being sued by a 1980s funk band?
X.
Correct. Pass 2?
Anto.
Anto, which German word is used to wish good health to someone who has sneezed?
Gesundheit.
Correct. Pass 2?
Diane.
Diane, the wine Vino Verdi comes from which European country?
Portugal.
Correct. Pass two.
Kate.
Kate, which sport provides the setting for the recent Will Ferrell comedy Blades of Glory?
Figure skating.
Correct. Pass two.
Judith.
Judith, the name of which animal can be used to describe fluttering one's eyelashes?
Bat.
Correct. Pass two.
Craig.
Craig, what is the first name of the fictional TV priest Father Crilly?
Ted.
Correct. Pass two.
Enright.
Enright, what nationality is the fashion designer Donna Karan?
Czechoslovakian.
American. You're in the red and play passes to Diane.
Diane, which team won the 2007 Rugby Union Triple Crown?
Wigan.
No, it's Ireland. You're in the red, and play now passes to Judith.
Judith, which children's TV show features the nursery school teacher Miss Hooley?
Greensill.
No, Ballymorey, you're in the red. Play passes to Kate.
Kate, what type of food are seps and bluets?
Cheese.
Mushrooms. You're in the red and play passes to Craig.
Craig, in which game are there tiles named bamboos, dragons, and winds?
Dunno.
It's Mahjong. You're in the red, and play now passes to Julia.
Julia, who succeeded Colin Powell as US Secretary of State in 2005?
Condoleezza Rice.
Correct. Pass two.
Carol.
Carol, the Bible. What is the second book of the Old Testament?
Genesis.
Exodus. You're in the red and play passes to Julia.
Julia, which British pop singer starred as Bertie in the 2005 film Mrs. Henderson Presents? You must answer this question correctly to stay in the green zone.
Will Young.
Correct.
Well done, Julia. So, still in the green, we have Julia, Mark, Hayley and Anto. You now have one more question for that vital place in the next round. Buzz first, get this right and you're through. Miley.
In which year did the USA enter World War... Mark?
1941.
I must complete the question. In which year did the USA enter World War I? I think you know that's incorrect. It's 1917. You're in the red. Spell the word intellectual. Anto.
INTELLECTUAL.
That is correct.
Well done. Come and join me. Well
Cheers,
done,
Johnny.
Anto. Well done. Now, we have two new players tonight, Judith and Carol. How do you rate their chances?
Well, they're slightly unknown quantities, but listen, both of you, you've only 2 chances for a place in the grand final. So, good luck.
Yeah, time is running out, so you really have to go for it today, but don't put yourselves under too much pressure. It's great for me, because I did the Belfast auditions, to see 3 guys from Northern Ireland here tonight. Judith, welcome to you, and Kate as well, we saw last show. And also, of course, Anto, who's already made it out there. So, flying the flag there for Northern Ireland. But to all of you, you know, time is running out. It's time to really focus and relax, if that were possible.
I have to say, Anto's done something quite remarkable because he is one of the relatively newcomers and he's straight in again. I think there's people that have been here longer that are probably feeling a little bit anxious. Whatever happens tonight, do not let those nerves get to you.
OK, everyone, we've heard from the experts. It is a fresh start. You're all back in the green zone and you're all fighting for a place in the next round. To join Anto, be quick and be correct. William.
Well, we finished with Julia and we start with Mark. Kate will ask you your first question and the time starts now.
Which TV cookery show was first presented by Fern Britton in 1994?
Ready, steady, cook.
Correct. Pass 2.
Carol.
Carol, which female US chat show host starred in the film The Colour Purple? Oprah Winfrey, you're in the red. Play passes to Enright.
Enright, the Lothario Rupert Campbell Black features in a series of books by which author?
J.B. Priestley.
Gilly Cooper. You're in the red and play passes to Diane.
Diane, alphabetically, which is the first animal listed in the Oxford English Dictionary?
Aardvark.
Correct. Pass 2.
Judith.
Judith, which Soviet leader introduced the policies of glasnost and perestroika?
Gorbachev.
Correct. Pass 2.
Julia.
Julia, which Hollywood star provided the title of Mika's debut hit single this year?
Grace Kelly.
Correct. Pass 2.
Mark.
Mark, key lime pie is a famous dessert from which US state?
Florida.
Correct. Pass 2.
Diane.
Diane, which German supermodel played Broomhilda in the 2004 film Ella Enchanted?
Heidi Klum.
Correct. Pass 2.
Craig.
Craig, used in watchmaking and computing, what do the initials LCD stand for?
Liquid crystal display.
Correct. Pass 2.
Haley.
Haley, which actor starred as time traveller Gary Sparrow in the sitcom Goodnight Sweetheart?
Nicholas Lyndhurst.
Correct. Pass 2.
Craig.
Craig, published since 1967, which US rock magazine takes its name from the words of a Bob Dylan song?
Rolling Stone.
Correct. Pass 2.
Julia.
Julia, in a British standard 3-pin plug, what does the blue-coloured wire indicate?
Neutral.
Correct. Pass 2.
Kate.
Kate, you must answer this question correctly to stay in the green. In the acronym LASER, the letter L stands for which word?
Light.
Correct. You remain in the green zone.
Well done, Kate. Teaching the green, along with Craig, Julia, Mark, Haley, Diane and Judith. Here is one more question to make it through to the next round and stay in the running for the grand final. William.
In area, what is the largest province in Canada? Mark?
Ontario.
Quebec. You're in the red. The rest of you left. In 1956, which British Premier gave the first televised... Craig?
Churchill.
I'll finish the question. In 1956, which British Premier gave the first televised prime ministerial broadcast? You said Churchill. The answer is Sir Anthony Eden. You're in the red. Which 2002 horror film showed the UK infested with a virus that... Julia?
28 days later.
I'll finish the question. Which 2002 horror film showed the UK infected with a virus that virtually destroys the population? You said 28 days later, and you were right to do so.
Well done, Julia. Everyone's getting a little bit edgy. You held your nerve.
Yes.
Well done, Julia. Come and join us.
Thank you.
Everyone else, you are back to square one. You're all back in the running. Still 2 places available, but who will get them? Kate.
Well, we paused on Kate, so we start this round with Craig. The time's on the clock. Your first question will come from Mylene, and your time starts now.
Which 2-word French phrase describes a bathroom directly connected to a bedroom?
Ensuite.
Correct. Pass 2.
Carol.
Carol, who played the title character in the TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Correct. Pass 2.
Mark.
Mark, what does a costermonger traditionally sell?
Fruit, mainly apples.
Correct. Pass 2.
Judith.
Judith, which Little Britain star swam the English Channel for sport relief last year?
Mark William.
No, David Williams. You're in the red. Play passes to Kate.
Kate, in the Looney Tunes cartoons, what's the name of the hunter who's always chasing Bugs Bunny?
Elmer Fudd.
Correct. Pass 2.
Pass 2. Enright.
Enright, what do Americans call the game of drafts?
Checkers.
Correct. Pass 2.
Diane.
Diane, which punk hairstyle takes its name from a Native American tribe?
Mohican.
Correct. Pass 2.
Craig.
Craig, of which Asian country is Kuala Lumpur the capital city?
Malaysia.
Correct. Pass 2.
Mark.
Mark, what name is given to a carved Halloween pumpkin? You're out of time. It's Jack-o'-lantern. You're in the red, and play now passes to Haley.
Haley, who played the title role in the film Shirley Valentine?
Pauline Collins.
Correct. Pass 2.
Kate, in which English county is Althorpe the ancestral home of the Spencer family?
Norfolk.
Northamptonshire. You're in the red, and play passes to Craig.
Craig, which 66-year-old comic book hero was killed off in March this year? You must answer this question correctly to stay in the green.
Spider-Man.
No, Captain America. You're in the red.
Unlucky, David. So, still in the green then. Haley, Carol, David Enright and Diane. There is one more question then to make it through to the next round and on to Brain Chain. Kate, over to you.
Which former Spice Girl had a UK #1 with What Took You So Long? Haley.
Emma Benton.
Correct.
Well done, Hayley. I always love it when you get through because you look so excited.
I am ecstatic.
Come and join us. OK, everyone else then, we have a new game. You are all back in the green zone, but I tell you what, you cannot afford to lose. This really is your last chance to get through tonight. Miley.
Well, we paused on Craig, so we will begin with Mark. William will ask you your first question. Your time starts now.
Which Australian actress was the voice of Norma Jean the Penguin in the film Happy Feet?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Nicole Kidman, you're in the red, and play passes to Carol.
Carol, Limassol and Larnaca are cities on which Mediterranean island?
Cyprus.
Correct. Pass to?
Diane.
Diane, in the food industry, what do the letters GM stand for?
Genetically modified.
Correct. Pass to?
Kate.
Kate, taramasalata is a dish traditionally served in which European country?
Greece.
Correct. Pass to?
Carol.
Carol, who played the title role in the film Mike Bassett, England Manager?
Jim Broyle.
Sorry, you're out of time. It's Ricky Tomlinson. You're in the red. Play passes to Enright.
Enright, craniology is the study of which part of the head?
The skull.
Correct. Pass to?
Judith.
Judith, in The Muppet Show, who were the two grumpy old men who heckled from the balcony?
Oh.
You're out of time, I'm afraid. It was Statler and Waldorf. You're in the red. Play passes to Kate.
Kate, in the US military, what type of vehicle is a Black Hawk?
It's a helicopter.
Correct. Pass to?
Craig.
Craig, in the ancient world, what shape was the area known as a henge?
An arch.
Circular. You're in the red, and play passes to Enright.
Enright, ascorbic acid is the scientific name for which vitamin, and you must answer this correctly to stay in the green zone.
It's vitamin C.
Correct.
Well done, David. So, just the three of you in the running. Kate, David Enright and Diane. So, we have one more question then for that crucial place in the next round. Buzz first, get this right, and you're through. Miley.
Carpenter and fire. Diane.
Ant.
I must complete the question. Carpenter and fire are both species of which insect? You said ant. Congratulations. It's correct.
So, Diane, the fourth time through, come and join us. OK, so, for the rest of you, it's time to sit back and watch. For now, your game is over, but there is still hope, because you could be chosen to play Do or Die. Now, all four of you stand on the verge of winning tonight's competition and going into the grand final. Whether you get there depends upon your performance in this round. It's time for Brain Chain. Anto, Julia, Hayley and Diane, you'll each have 90 seconds to answer as many questions as you can. Every correct answer will build a chain, get a question wrong, and the chain collapses, and you go back to zero. To stop that happening, you must say save before the next question. The player with the longest chain of correct answers will be the winner, and they will be going through to tonight's playoff. We'll start in reverse order of qualifying. Diane, you were the last player through, and so you must build the first chain and set the bar.
Diane Halligan is serious about quizzing.
I strive all the time to be better than I am. It's very tough. Once you're at a certain standard, it's very, very difficult to get better.
But unfortunately for Diane, dedication can't prepare you for everything.
Last week I had a question that I simply couldn't remember the answer to, even though I knew that I knew it, and it took me so long to get the answer out that I then forgot to save. What the hell are they called? I've really had to fight hard to get here. Time is running out a little bit.
Diane might be down, but her biggest supporter won't hear a bad word said about the woman he loves.
Diane is doing very well in the People's Quiz. I'm very proud of her. I'm here to support her 100%.
I've just got to keep fighting to the bitter end and hope that eventually I am good enough to get through to the final.
Now, Diane, every week you've played, You've had your lucky mascot with you, Po, the polar bear. But what have you done with him?
I've given him to my partner, Mick, to hold. Mick's in the audience with him.
OK. Why have you got rid of him, though?
I just felt as if I wanted to change my luck a bit. He obviously wasn't working. He wasn't being lucky enough for me.
Mick, do you think that's a sensible idea?
It's very sensible.
And how is Po? Is he all right?
He's a bit nervous.
No, I can imagine.
We're both very nervous.
Explain to me how the atmosphere's changed for this show as compared to the other shows.
I think there's an air of desperation setting in now. Time is running out rapidly, so it's all or nothing now.
William, how well do you think Diane's going to do?
She has all the potential to be sitting in a seat for the grand final, but she doesn't seem to be able to get it going.
We know you're a knowledgeable woman, but I'm not sure that your personality isn't holding you back in some ways. I must say, in my heart, I'm not sure I can honestly say that I think you can do it. I hope you can. I don't know. Mylene, what do you think?
I'd like to think you can do it. It's the 4th time through. Don't make it 5th. Get through to the final on this one.
Listen, I think you can do this. Good luck. It's time for your brain chain.
Diane, you know what's expected of you. You have to set the target for the other 3. Kate will ask you the first question, and the time starts now.
Who had a UK #1 with Men in Black?
Will Smith.
Correct.
Which British chat show host provided the voice for the ugly sister in the UK version of Shrek 2?
Jonathan Ross.
Correct.
In the Harry Potter novels, which sport is played by 2 teams on...
Quidditch.
Correct.
Chris Patton was the last governor of which former
Hong
British...
Kong.
Correct.
Half the World Away by Oasis was the theme for which TV sitcom?
The Royal Family.
Correct.
The Lebanese national flag bears the image of which tree?
The Cedar.
Correct.
Which
Saved.
sport is played by the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Toronto Maple
Ice
Leafs?
hockey.
Correct.
The adjective Teutronic relates
German.
to... Correct.
In the 2000 film version of Charlie's Angels, who played Bosley?
Bill Murray.
Correct.
The Inca ruin, Machu Picchu, is located in
Peru.
which South America? Correct.
Which pop princess's latest album is titled Back to Basics?
Amy Winehouse. No.
Christina Aguilera.
Which British Prime Minister was nicknamed Supermac?
Macmillan.
Correct.
A daiquiri is a cocktail made from lime juice, sugar, and which
White
spirit?
rum.
Correct.
Which is the lowest pitched male singing voice?
Bass.
Correct.
Which female Irish author wrote the best-selling novel Anybody Out There?
Maeve Binchy.
Marion Keyes.
Which word for a hot spring comes from the name of a particular spring in Iceland?
Giza.
Correct.
Who won the Best Actor Oscar at the 2007 Academy Awards?
Forrest Whitaker.
Correct.
On which Japanese...
Good.
It's fair.
Is it going to be your night tonight?
God, I hope so.
Diane, there's nothing you can do except go and sit down and suffer.
Thank you, William.
OK, my love.
Good start to the game. Good start. So, Diane has set the standard. It's time now for our next contender to step up to the plate. She's a single mum from Caerphilly, but can she become the big cheese? It's Hayley Walters.
I do a lot of quizzes. I'm very competitive.
For single mum Hayley, the People's Quiz has been no laughing matter.
Peru. No. Indonesia.
Incorrect.
You're in the red. No.
You're in the red.
Hayley comes across as quite quiet and humorless on screen, but she's actually a very funny person.
You look like you're having so much fun.
Yeah, I was.
But with over £200,000 at stake, it's hardly surprising our mum of 4 is taking the competition so seriously.
To win the People's Quiz would absolutely transform my life. So my intention is to go out there and to make my boys proud.
Good luck, Mummy!
I saw you smile then, just for a minute you did smile then, I know that.
I smile a lot, ask them. Don't I smile a lot?
Yeah. You're a little rare sunshine. You're a single mum, 4 kids. How on earth do you find the time to prepare for a quiz like this?
You just don't, you just turn up.
Are the kids going to be watching at home?
They will be. Can I say hello to them?
Of course you can, absolutely, yeah, go on.
Hiya, Dante, Ellis, Isaac and Luca. Hiya.
Get off the sofa. or the quiz gods will get you. William, do you think Hayley can do it?
Yes, I do. I'm not sure if she can win the whole thing, but she could end up in the grand final.
Hayley, I really admire you. You're such a fighter. You've done everything and now raising 4 boys on your own. Now, that means you're really busy, but it also means, you know, you've got the spirit to do this, well, maybe some of the other contestants haven't. So I think you should put that to good use and go for it. Yeah.
Come on.
Bring it on.
Bring it on, that's it.
And don't you want to use the money to slightly sort of reinvent yourself, if I can put it that way? What are you going to use the money for?
Obviously, first of all, I'd like to buy a house. And I could do with a people carrier, because...
That figures.
But I would quite like to have a tummy tuck as well.
No.
God, what are you talking about? You haven't even got a tummy.
You can't see it, but I can when I'm naked.
We don't believe you.
Rubbish.
Well, we
show you
think you
later.
look absolutely perfect. All we want from you now is a perfect score.
Right.
Just don't put too much pressure on yourselves. For this little bit of time, it's just your time now. Take it.
This could be your final chance, Hayley. Don't mess it up.
No.
Here's your brain chain.
Thanks.
Hayley, your first question will come from Mylene, and your time starts now.
Which major music event in 1985 was dubbed the day rock and roll changed the world?
Glastonbury?
No, Live Aid.
Which islands in the South Atlantic are also known as Las Malvinas?
The Argentina.
The islands are the Falklands.
Which Australian TV star was commissioned to paint the Queen's portrait for her
Rolf
80th?
Harris.
Correct.
Barn, short-eared and tawny species of what
Owl.
bird? Correct.
Who was the lead singer of the 1970s rock band Slade?
Noddy Holder.
Correct.
In British imperial measurements, how many pints are there in a gallon?
6.
No, 8.
In the US, which TV star has been nicknamed the Hoff?
David Hasselhoff.
Correct.
Which green-leaved herb, sometimes called cilantro, is often used to flavour curries?
Turmeric.
Coriander.
The Time of My Life was a theme tune to which 1987 film?
Dirty Dancing.
Correct.
Which Tolkien novel is subtitled There and Back Again?
Return of the King.
No, The Hobbit.
In 2006, Beth Twiddle was Britain's first ever World Championship gold medal in which sport?
Skiing.
Gymnastics.
Warren Clark and Colin Buchanan star in which TV police drama?
Don't know.
Ellen Pascoe.
Which German city hosts the annual Oktoberfest?
Munich.
Correct.
Which pop star did the actress Trudy Styler marry in 1992? Correct.
Do you think you've blown it now?
Oh, totally. Totally.
No, you've got next
I can't
week.
get through
You
brain.
can
I
come
can't
back,
get through
Hayley.
brain chain. I just cannot get through brain chain, and I just need somebody to pick me. That's what I want. I want someone to pick me. Pick me for do or die. Pick me! Pick me! Whoever gets through, please pick me for do or die, please. I won't press the buzzer much.
OK, well, listen, fingers crossed. Off you go.
Thanks.
Shows you how tough it is, doesn't it? Halfway through then, and Diane is currently ahead. But will our third contender go one better? Underestimate this woman at your peril. Will tonight be the night for Julia Hobbs?
I'm up for a laugh, I like having fun, but don't underestimate me, I fear no one. Last week's show was a good performance for me. I made it into the brain chain and scored 7. Wuthering Heights. Correct. London.
Correct.
Barry Humphries.
Correct.
You're on fire.
Would have been enough to win, but for Stephanie. But I'm very pleased that she got through last week.
And after coming so close, Julia feels one step nearer her dream.
My boyfriend and I, in 6.5 years together, we've only been away on holiday once. And so it will be fantastic to win the People's Quiz, spend a lot more time together.
Julia, you're going to win it. Just do it for me.
Time is running out with only 2 shows remaining. I've got to go for it now. Keep that final seat warm for me.
I was more nervous, you were nervous.
Terrified.
Really, genuinely terrified.
I'm really scared now, really scared.
Do you think you can do it?
Yes, I do. I do think so.
6 to beat.
Yes.
7 could win it for you this time.
It could do, yes.
If you get to 7, you're going to save, or you're going to try and better that?
I'm going to save at 7 if I get that far. and then hope for the best.
Julia, I think that you might have quite an advantage this week, actually. I think maybe other weeks people have looked at you and thought, look at her smiling and giggling away. She's not taking this seriously. But you seem to be kind of, at least on the outside, coping with the pressure better than anyone else.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. That's not to say I'm not taking it seriously, but I'm not taking it as seriously as some other people, and I think it has helped me to be a little bit more relaxed at times, although now the edge is on.
I have to tell you honestly, I don't think you're going to do it.
You got 7 last week. No, Julia, you got 7 last week.
I did 7 before.
You've done it once.
No.
Do it again.
That was before. I'm talking about now.
So are we.
That was then.
Do it again.
This is now. Prove me wrong.
Now that's a challenge.
Go on, then.
It's time for your brain shake.
Thank you.
OK, Julia, William will ask you your first question. Your time starts now.
Who is the host on the TV talent show Any Dream Will Do?
Don't know.
Graham Norton.
Bengal and Siberian are varieties of which correct?
In which sport can competitors perform a clean and jerk and a snatch?
Weightlifting.
Correct.
Which fish is used in the Scandinavian dish gravlax?
Salmon.
Correct.
Which Hollywood actress named her first child Coco Riley Arquette?
Courtney Cox.
Correct.
Bodrum and Marmaris are tourist resorts in which Mediterranean?
Turkey.
Correct.
Who directed the film Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels?
Guy Ritchie.
Correct.
Which 2-word Latin expression literally means seize the day?
Carpe diem.
Correct.
Which is the first book of the New Testament?
Matthew.
Correct.
Save.
How was Jules Remy, the creator of Tintin, better known?
Hergé.
Correct.
On which English river does the annual ceremony known as swan-upping take place?
7.
No, Thames.
Who played the wheelchair-bound detective in the TV series A Man Called Ironside?
Oh, don't know.
Raymond Burr.
In medicine, which letter is used for the most common blood group?
O.
Correct.
Which 2006 film featured a family taking their daughter to a beauty pageant in their VW bus?
Little Miss Sunshine.
Correct.
Which UK overseas territory is indicated by the abbreviation IOM?
Isle of Man.
Correct.
Which US singer was born Anna Mae Bullock in 1939? Correct.
Which British boxer won a silver medal at the 2004
Emir
Olympics?
Khan.
Correct.
I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
Did you mean to save on 8, or were you going to save on 7?
I was going to save on 7. I completely forgot because I just got really confused then. So I'm just lucky.
shaking like-
I am. I'm terrified.
Who have you got in the audience?
Wet grass, deep breaths.
Who have you
My
got there?
boyfriend Damien's up there today.
Hey, Damien.
Hey,
How proud are you?
very. My hands are killing me from clapping so much.
Now, you set the bar at 8.
Yep.
Is that enough?
I hope so. It's been enough previously. I think Anto did a good job in last week's show. He was just unlucky. So I wish him luck, but don't try too hard.
Well done, Vicky. Off you go.
Thank you.
Yes. So, 3 players then have completed their brain chain. Julia's built the longest chain, and hers is the target to beat. Only one player can win a place in tonight's final showdown. Will it be our 4th and final contender? He reckons he's an underdog, but every dog has his day. Will it be his? It's Anto McCann.
I see myself as coming from good stock, decent people, representing the ordinary bloke in the street, and anybody that's out there just wants an underdog or a decent person to win, I'm your man.
And last week, Anto was receiving that support left, right and centre, even from a certain quiz god.
Oh, he's won me over.
Even the questions seemed to like him.
Australia? Correct. Kingsley in us?
Correct.
Germany?
Correct.
Well, say I'm an underdog doesn't mean I'm stupid. You don't have to be deadpan and serious. You still answer questions with a smile on your face, but you know, we'll see who has the last laugh.
Who you got in the audience today? Not those women guys you had in last week.
I'm sorry to say, Jimmy.
How you doing, fellas?
Great. Not too bad.
Good. If you were to go on and win this, what are you going to spend the money on?
What? Unlike us, is it? Believe it or believe it not, I'd like to take those ages away, maybe somewhere to... and leave them there. No, no, but we'd like to go, hopefully have Ireland qualify for Euro 2008. I think we'll get a lot of support just from 3 or 4 of us.
I think your money's going to be safe. I wouldn't worry about that for 1 minute. OK, listen, the time for laughing and joking is over. Anto, Julia stands between you and a place in tonight's final. OK? The target to beat is 8. Can you do it?
I'll give it a go, Jimmy.
Here's your brain chain.
Cheers.
Anto, you know what's required. Kate will ask you your first question, and the time starts now.
James Gandolfini played which character in the US TV series The Sopranos?
Tony Soprano.
Correct.
Which oratorio by Handel features the famous Alleluia chorus?
The Wedding March.
Messiah.
Which heavyweight boxing champion was nicknamed the Louisville Lip?
Joe Louis.
Muhammad Ali.
The country of Lithuania is situated on the southeastern shore of which sea?
The Red Sea.
No, Baltic.
In the Peanuts cartoon strip, what breed of dog is Snoopy?
Beagle.
Correct.
Anwar Sadat was president of which North African
Egypt.
country? Correct.
Which actress starred as an overworked mother in the 2003 family film Freaky Friday?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Correct.
The Lancet is a magazine published for members of which profession?
The medical profession.
Correct.
With which sport are the names James Gibson and Katie Sexton most associated?
Swimming.
Correct.
Which radio soap opera is set in the fictional county of Borsetshire?
The Archers.
Correct.
Which engineer and industrialist invented dynamite?
Alfred Nobel.
Correct.
Who played the female lead in the romantic film comedy How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
Drew Barrymore.
Kate Hudson.
Abuja is a capital...
Oh! Anto!
Oh. Miss me. I don't think you could actually get any closer.
What was it? Was up to 7 or 8? Or... Taking my time over some questions. Nearly worked for me.
So close.
Maybe next time.
Well, listen, there is a next time. You've got one more chance to make it through to the final.
Yep.
Do you think you can do it?
Last chance saloon. I'm used to that.
Unlucky, Anto.
Cheers, Jimmy.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Well, doesn't get more exciting than that. Tonight's best score, then, with a chain of 8. And going through to this evening's final round of Do or Die, it is Julia.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
That was close, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. You had me on the ropes there.
Anyway, another giant stride then towards winning tonight's game and, of course, going forward to the grand final. To nail that place on June the 23rd, you must now go head-to-head with one of your opponents.
Yep.
Now, fortunately, you get the chance to choose which one. But you must choose wisely, because if that person beats you, they will take your place in the grand final, and you will be the one who's going to be knocked out. OK, there's no compromise. Finish the job, or you will be finished yourself.
Yep.
Will the 8 remaining contestants please take your positions? Now, William, this is never an easy decision to make, but at this stage of the competition, the stakes are really high. Who should Julia avoid?
Well, she wants to see a woman in the final, so I'd avoid all the men. But I would tell you this, that statistically, the 2 weakest performers this evening have been our 2 newcomers, so I'd advise you to choose between Carol and Judith.
See, I know for a fact now that it's got really stressful and people are deciding to pair up. So rather than picking people they think that are weak, they're picking their friends as they'd like somebody that they like to go through. And that's why I would say Hayley, she is desperate to go through. I know that she's actually been the only person I've seen begging to go through.
OK, so, Julia, our quiz gods have spoken. But, of course, you don't have to listen because it's down to you. You must now pick your opponent. So...
This is quite possibly one of the most difficult decisions I've ever had to make in my life.
Who's he going to be?
I think on the basis that I would like to see a woman in the final, but also a woman I think I could win against, it's going to be Carol.
Carol, you're back in the game.
Yes.
Is it going to be back with a vengeance?
Yeah, that's my tactic, really, because I wanted to avoid the brain chain, because I knew that's quite terrifying. So I decided that I'd deliberately try and not get through and then appear the weakest so that I'd get picked for this.
Lulling us all into full sense of
Hang on a minute. There's a bit of gamesmanship going on here. So are you telling me that during the first round you were getting questions wrong deliberately?
Running out of time, possibly deliberately, to give the wrong impression, so...
You don't fall for it.
You think she's bluffing?
Yeah, I do. I can do it. I can still do it.
OK, so it is Julia versus Carol in tonight's Do or Die. One will be a finalist, one will be finished. Who will it be? It could go either way. There is everything to play for. And before we do, let's cross live to Lottery HQ for a preview of tonight's draws.
Thanks, Jamie. Join me at Lottery HQ later this evening for the Thunderball, Dream Number and Lotto draws. You can see all three straight after Doctor Who, right here on BBC One. Join me then. It could be your lucky night.
Thank you. Welcome back. It's the moment of truth, then, for Julia and Carol. Tonight, Julia blitz the opposition. She stands in prime position to win tonight's game. If so, she'll land a place in the grand final, and with it the chance to bag that mammoth cash prize of £200,700. But not if Carol has anything to do with it. If she turns the tables, that place and, of course, that opportunity will be hers. There can only be one winner. Julia. You see, now you're looking a little relaxed again.
I'm much more relaxed than I was when I was doing my brain chain now.
Really?
I'm just going to relax and get into it.
Do you think you can beat Carol?
Yeah, I've got a good chance.
Just remind us, if you were to go on and win £200,700, what would you spend the money on?
After I've had a huge party...
Nice, which we're coming to, I'm hoping.
Absolutely. Probably a nice break from work and a bit of travelling around the world. You know,
OK.
A few places I haven't been to yet.
OK, well, I bet your boyfriend will like that.
Yeah, I think he would quite enjoy it.
And, Carol, it really is an extraordinary opportunity for you, on your first show, to make it straight through to Do or Die.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big chance.
Yes.
You going to grasp it?
Yeah, I'm going to go for it, definitely.
Carol, I can't believe it. You might have blonde hair, but you've turned out to be a heck of a dark horse. Who'd have thought all those tactics were going on to those highlights? But clever thinking has got you here, but it's going to be clever answers that actually take you through. So tactics are fine, but you've still got to come up with the goods.
I'm just amazed at the female psychology that is going on here. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what the outcome's going to be. I mean, there's two women here. I know they're going to give it their all. There's no doubt about it. But it's going to be feisty.
Absolutely. Well, that's what our quiz gods think. And someone who looked them in the eye and lived to tell the tale is last week's winner, Stephanie Bruce. Steph, I missed you in the brain chain.
It felt so odd not being there.
Easier to watch it from where you're sat, I guess.
It was so much nicer. No offence, but it was so much nicer.
And looking at these two, who do you think's going to win tonight?
Obviously, Julia's been here. She's had the practice. I know that she's very good at her general knowledge. Carol's very much the dark horse. She could surprise us all. But whatever happens, it's another woman in Winner's Row. So it's brilliant.
OK, so here's how it works. There are 12 categories. Hidden behind 5 of those is a letter Q. The first person to find 3 Qs will be our winner. The computer will now randomly reposition those Qs. Julie, you ready? Carol, you ready?
Yep.
So, who will face the grand final and who will face the final curtain? Our quiz gods are ready. This is Do or Die. OK, Julie, you were first through, so you get to pick the first category. Take a look at them. What's it going to be?
It's going to be US television.
OK. Whoever buzzes in first must answer the question within 3 seconds, or the question will be passed over to your opponent, OK? You understand that, don't you? So, kicking us off then, US television, Miley.
Best of luck to both of you.
Thank you.
What was the name of the butler in the Addams Family? Carol.
Hanged.
That is incorrect. Julia.
Lurch.
Lurch is correct.
You know how important it is to get off to a flying start with these cues, don't you? So, for that first cue, is it behind US television?
That was unexpected.
That really is a great start. Can I take your second category?
Yeah, it's going to be girls in pop, please.
OK. William.
Rachel Stevens was a member... Your answer?
S Club 7.
I'll complete the question. Rachel Stevens was a member of which pop group? You said S Club 7. Correct.
Well done. OK. Is Julia's second cue behind girls in pop? It's not there. Carol, you're back in the game. But Julia, you still have the advantage of choosing the category.
I'll take art, please.
You've gone for art. Kate.
Which artist won the Turner Prize with a severed cow and calf? Julia.
Damien Hirst.
Correct.
I didn't think that was going to come.
Only just. OK. You've got one cue. You need 3 to get to the final. Is then that second cue behind art? Yay, yay. It's not there either. It's OK. How are you feeling, Carol?
I'm okay. There's still 4 up there, so...
Long way to go.
Still got a chance.
Absolutely. OK, Julia.
Mythology.
Mythology?
Yeah.
Miley.
In Greek mythology, what name is given to the 3-headed dog who guards the gates? Julia.
Cerberus.
I must complete the question. In Greek mythology, what name is given to the 3-headed dog who guards the gates of Hades? You said Cerberus. You're right.
Well done. OK. We're after your second cue. If it's behind mythology, you're one step closer to the cash. And Carol, you're one step closer to going out of the competition for good. Is there a cue behind mythology?
Oh, God. Oh.
You all right?
Yeah. I'm okay.
Well done. You're still in control of the board. 2 cues down, 1 to find.
Food and drink, please.
OK. If there is a cue behind food and drink, and you buzz in and get this first, you're through.
Yeah. No pressure.
Carol, you understand how important this is, don't you?
Yes,
this
I
question.
do. Yes.
OK, food and drink, William.
Which Scottish city has an orange marmalade named after it? Julia?
Dundee.
Is that the only Scottish city you know?
No, it's not the only one. It's the first one that came into my brain.
Good job it did, it's correct.
Do you think it's there?
Not sure.
If that queue is there, you'll be only the second lady to go through to the final. Carol, if there's a queue, you're going home.
Yes, I do. So I'm hoping there isn't one.
Is there a queue behind food and drink?
You okay? Yes, I'm fine. I can relax now. I'm fine.
Well done.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Carol, what can I say?
Yes, all right, okay.
You okay?
That was total rubbish I came out with earlier, by the way.
What about that?
Psych me out.
About psyching her out and everything. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It just came to me when I sat up there. I thought I'll just pretend that was my plan all along, not to get anything right. Congratulations.
Okay. Well, listen, Carol, you've been a great contestant. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Off you go, Carol. Round of applause for Carol. Come here. You are our 7th contender.
Yep.
To win a place in the grand final. You're going to be joining Olav, Mark, Mick, David, Will and Stephanie.
Got my work cut out, definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Reading, tonight's People's Quiz champion, aged 35, Julia Hobbs. So, tonight, Julia Hobbs became the 7th of our People's Quiz champions and will take her place in the grand final with a chance to win that heart-stopping sum of £200,700. Join us next week when 2 new contenders join the fray for one last crack at the grand final. Thanks very much to our quiz gods, to William G. Stewart, to Kate Garraway, and of course to Mylene Class. And don't forget to catch the People's Quiz Wildcard, BBC 2, Monday till Friday at 6 p.m. to see who will get the golden ticket for the grand final. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Don't turn your back, don't look away, and whatever you do, don't blink. You don't want to miss a minute of Doctor Who, next on BBC One.
From Lottery HQ, where we're getting ready to bring you tonight's 3 live draws.
Oh, yes, I'm priming the machines as I speak.
And have you pressed and starched the famous white gloves?
Certainly have.
OK, glad to hear it. Join us for the Thunderball, Dream Number and Lotto draws live on BBC One later on tonight. You never know, it could be your lucky night.